All right. I just wanted to share this with you guys. This is some good stuff right here from our politics. Uh no, it's a couple days old, but I just got around to looking through some of the comments here, and it's good stuff. I'm gonna go through it with you guys and point out some stuff I think is funny, but Special Counsel John Durham concludes FBI never should have launched Trump Russia probe. All right, that's a CNN headline. 0 upvotes and 250 comments. Granted, this is our politics, but it's bad when CNN headlines are getting blasted into oblivion this badly. And a lot of the top comments are just the same too. Okay, this is ironic. So, what should the FBI do when a foreign diplomat reports that a member of the U.S. presidential campaign shared inside information on a Russia intelligence operation with him? Ignore it. Question mark. Ignore it. So the assumption there is that there's two options when you're presented with raw, uncorroborated evidence. Either you launch a full-blown investigation based on that raw, uncorroborated evidence that lasts 3 years and amounts to absolutely nothing other than damning revelations about what's actually occurring on the inside here, just as far as the DOJ and these elected politicians go, or ignoring it completely. That's a perfectly reasonable take to this post. Yeah. And then this guy commenting, yeah, with a Republican president, yes. With a Democrat president, no. Even though in the report they specifically mentioned the double standard when DOJ was presented with similar, well, frankly, similar information and equally as damning information about Hillary and her intent to launch this, well, you can call it a witch hunt you can call it whatever you want. I think the witch hunt campaign has been a bit overused, but the fact of the matter is the same, and it's that when it's the opposite of this comment. It's not when Republicans do it, it's when Democrats do it that they get away with it. And the testament to that very fact is that we had the Durham probe last for this long, and there was absolutely nothing opened up on Hillary. And they lay that out in the report. Durham lays it out. So this guy says the only way to turn raw, unanalyzed, and corroborated intelligence into analyzed and corroborated intelligence is with an investigation, right? Maybe. Or you get clean, corroborated, and reliable evidence from the start, so that you actually have a basis for opening the investigation. But yeah, no, I see what you're getting at here, Scallions. That's some high level mental gymnastics right there, buddy. Overall, the report was largely useless. Absolutely, man. There wasn't anything in there. Largely useless. Such a tool. What a joke. Fuck John Durham. It was chock full of wrongdoing on the part of Trump's campaign. Yeah, man. That was pretty damning for Trump. Especially after reading it, that was definitely my takeaway. He was specifically appointed by Trump and the GOP to do so. That's typically how it works. Analyze the objectivity of his claims and not, all this back end peripheral nonsense that you're using to delegitimize what was found in the report. This guy writes a spiel. I'm not even going to read that. See, here we go. At least we have some common sense, and at least this hasn't been downvoted into oblivion, because it's absolutely true. Mods are trying so hard to keep this off the front page, and they're doing a pretty good job, actually. This guy's calling it Fox News Light. Foul News Light. Oh, that's a good one, man. You're a thinker. Oh my gosh. He's got nothing, man. He's just trying to muddy the waters with his opinion and a bunch of nonsense. And who gives a shit what Durham concludes? Who gives a shit what Durham concludes? in our politics. That's not what we're here to discuss. Absolutely not. Fuck that. Who dares say anything that disagrees with the premise of my whole fucking liberal narrative? Yeah, who gives a shit, man? That was a flop. Yeah, so this guy, you know, he's analyzing it on the basis of whether or not there were charges, not anything regarding the actual substance of the report, anything that was laid out, any revelations that were made regarding the DOJ, the DOJ, and their clearly, their extremely clear double standard that they've applied to different presidential candidates or elected officials. Libs are mad, man. See, that's another good one. I'm surprised it hasn't been blasted into oblivion. Although most of the comments that share the sentiment have, you have to go to the bottom of the page, and a lot of them have been deleted. I'm presuming by the mods. Yeah. All right. Here we go. This is where we get into the good stuff, guys. CNN can go fuck itself. The network wants to the network wants to support Republican policies and politicians. They should just fucking come out and say it. Man, that's what I've been thinking. I cannot believe how long CNN has been a closeted conservative entity. And it's these Reddit denizens, these highly intelligent Reddit denizens, are just starting to figure it out. Goddamn, what a bunch of servile shitbirds pretending their bullshit is news. That is gold, guys. It cannot get any better than this. Cannot get any better. This guy's acknowledging it was buried. All right. Might be the most common sense comment that we've seen so far. Acknowledging that CIA, White House, FBI were briefed on a plan to falsely link a presidential candidate to Russia, and the reaction is nothing to see here. That's really what it boils down to. It's a double standard that was exposed in the report, and what everyone in the subreddit is failing to acknowledge. And even when someone acknowledges it, it's blasted by another comment that's uploaded 5 times as much, with something like a bullshit Durham comment, Yeah. Mueller subreddit's punching the air right now. Time to delete the whole sub. That is their takeaway. That's their actual. They read this, and that is their unironic takeaway. That it's nothing. That nothing to see here. This was all a big farce. I don't know how far immersed you have to be, in this state of delusion that you can conclude this logically, and you use your reason to actually type these words out and send them on the computer. Oh my God. This guy just keep going around using the bullshit Durham flop joke. Accountability counts, man. Let's see. Holy shit, this guy's a swamp creature. He's an actual swamp creature. This is where Reddit gets scary, because then you start visualizing these people, the flesh and blood people who are actually behind these accounts, and what their real life has to look like in order for them to reconcile it with, their obsession to hold people accountable on Reddit. Absolutely wild. This is where it gets good. The investigation yielded no meaningful results or any recommendations on how to handle the situation at all. So because there are no charges being brought in anyone, it's nothing. It's a nothing burger. Yeah, this is. I don't know how you can downplay it to this degree, and 13 people can say, "Oh yeah, hell yeah, man." And some guy points it out. Did you read the headline? At least there are a few people that are calling out the bullshit on the sub, but I have to imagine there are more people that are just getting downvoted into the abyss. They're getting nuked by the mods, because that happens on these subs. It happens. It's a persistent problem, and it's kind of disgusting. This might be the best comment on the whole subreddit. All right. CNN isn't reporting anything. but what Durham said about it. They're not reporting that it's the only way things are. Also, CNN is not some bastion of truth that every single person in our politics trusts. I don't know what would stir inside you to feel like you have to point that out as a fact. Because clearly there's and then you're attacking the assumption that every person on our politics might trust CNN, which is in and of itself ridiculous because CNN is CNN. Here we go. Finally, CNN has been very clearly signaling a rightward shift recently. Oh my God. This is absolute gold. I don't know what else to say. This is absolute gold. CNN is a right-wing shill, so probably not. So we have two comments. CNN has been signaling a rightward shift. CNN is a right-wing shill. These comments have 13 upvotes and 8 upvotes. And they are real flesh and blood people sitting down at their computer, typing this out unironically and sending it with their utmost conviction that they are seeking the truth and discussing the truth. This is the microscope into the echo chamber right here. It boils down to this comment. You have to be so far removed from reality and the current discussion, just as far as a well-balanced current discussion goes, a well-balanced diversity of opinions, and just a general atmosphere of common sense. You have to be so far removed from that in order to convince yourself that this is true. That CNN is a right-wing shill. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in a way, but it's also scary that the Reddit provides this platform for people to sorry. Reddit provides this platform for people to become so immersed in their echo chamber. They devolve so far away from, I don't know, any kind of devil's advocate position that they end up convincing themselves that stuff like this is accurate. It's saddening to a degree, but I think it's important that you every once in a while hop on these subreddits, look at these posts, and laugh to yourself when you see stuff like this. Because it's just the mental gymnastics that one has to perform in order to come to this conclusion using the faculties of their own reason should be frightening. But that's what our politics is in a nutshell. Hasn't always been like that. It's always been pretty left-leaning, but now it's the fucking swamp, and all these guys are swamp creatures. All these guys are denizens that are sitting behind their computer and jerking each other off over stuff they already agree about, and they're just articulating it in different ways. But it is fun to poke in here and look at it, put the microscope up to the echo chamber, and to remind yourself why places like our politics is a literal swamp. It is a literal swamp, and the mods only enable and promulgate this sort of behavior. So yeah, guys, I don't have too much more. I just wanted to point that stuff out for you. But this is great stuff. Hop on the subreddit, throw some comments in here, shake things up a little bit, throw some likes, dislikes around. I don't think it'll change anything, even if you do it. But holy smokes, man, this is good stuff. I'm gonna make some more videos, kind of going through things like this and pointing out some of the hypocrisy you're seeing online. But yeah, man, it's a crazy world we live in. So, all right, drop a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.